Do you think we can channel him and have him possess John?
Probably.
I'll see what I can do.
There are dreams in this world we will never fully understand.
Understand. It is especially important that you listen to this episode.
We've spent years to build our dream dictionary.
My name is John Saha, and I'm Zach Baggins.
My name's James Saha, and whoa, dude, I'm Aaron Goodman.
Goodwin.
Goodman.
I'm Carolyn Real, and I'm Jay and maybe Billy.
And also a ghost.
Yeah, I'm the Zozo Demon.
Welcome to another episode of Sweet Dreams, one family's journey into the mind. I can't do that voice for the whole episode, though. I think
that's okay.
I think that was the intro. We went through several different versions of it, and that's the one we're sticking with.
Sounds good.
I had a dream last night that Dad and I stole a rock from a church, and it was supposed to be like a holy relic. It was like one of those like big .com churches, the like mega churches. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the cults. You mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were in big trouble, and then like I wish I could remember more of it because it definitely went on. It avalanched and like snowballed and got out of control, and like eventually like a bunch of me and my friends were on the run from this church that ended up being like kind of an intense cult. But all I remember is Dad and I getting in there, and we had some big ass rock that we stole.
What the fuck? Was it inside the church?
Yeah, I remember it was like it was like a day that no one was there, because I remember like showing up, it was a giant parking lot. I remember like driving through it really fast with him and then like busting out. I think there were like security guards, but I remember getting past them.
Wow, was this like a rock, or was this like a gem rock?
No, just like a rock. Yeah, no, it was like an ornamental kind of thing you'd put in the yard, you know. Huh. Yeah, I also had another dream that I was in Kalamazoo, and it was super nostalgic, and I don't think that it's all that interesting to read all the details I wrote about it, but it ends with me watching an episode of Jersey Shore where this one guy is named Wolf, and he's wearing a ski mask the whole time, and it's stylized as like Gucci or Prada. And his feet stink. I somehow know that. And there's microphones and like cameras all over the place. And there's this computer program that's recording everything they're saying to each other and creating a dictionary out of it. Kind of like the what the fuck is that thing called from Ghost Adventures? The Ovilus. Yeah. And
this is like you're like, have you been watching a lot of reality TV? Because you had another dream with like the real world.
No, I have been watching a lot of TV, like, or more than I usually. I was watching that show Sex Education that I like a lot, and that's it's kind of like reality TV in that it's like this, like, you know, it's very sexual and it's very much about like these people's personal lives, but it's obviously, you know, well written. It's not.
Is there a character named Wolf?
There is not. I would like to be featured on that show as this character named Wolf. That'd be great.
All right, get the mask and go for it.
I would love to do that. So everybody, follow my Patreon and start donating to me so I can get a Gucci ski mask. Anyway, someone else go. This is dumb.
I had a couple dreams. I don't remember a whole lot. One of my dreams I stole your slippers, John. They were the same type that I left at mom and dad's house because they wouldn't fit into my suitcase when I was coming back here. They should be on their way to me now in a box, but I really wanted them last night in my dream, so I stole your slippers, John. I'm sorry.
Hell
Yo.
yeah.
Laura steals my slippers all the time.
Then I had another dream that the only part I remember was my one male co-teacher I don't really get along with, Mr. Miyake. He was in my house and he was like popping all of the succulents that I have. Like I've got like a hanging succulent plant. And he was just like popping all of like the little succulent pods.
That sucks. That's rude as fuck. And like nonsensical too. Like what did those succulents ever do to you?
I don't know. And then another dream I had, I've been working a lot on this Monster of the Week campaign that I'm the keeper for my ALTs here. My ALTs. And I had one of the NPCs, like, I don't want to reveal too much because I think a couple of them actually listen to this, but one of the NPCs like came to me with like a revelation about like how they connect to the bigger story. And I was like, I woke up after being like approached by this NPC. I was like, oh, I'm totally writing this into the story.
Wait, so like
a
character that you navigate in the game came to you in your own dream?
It was a character like I don't like this character was made and kind of like written into the story like tangentially and kind of like left. I don't want to give away too much.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I was just curious about like.
No one plays this character, and I've never like really had like I've only voiced them a few times, but they're coming back. It was weird, like the way they approached me in the dream. They like had something for me, and they were like, "This is really important," and like I need to get this to a location, and I was like, "Oh man, this is happening."
I guess that's the important part, right? It doesn't matter the details. It's rather that like your brain gave you this gift. They're like, "Ooh, here's a part of the story that you didn't consider."
Right, that's awesome.
I was watching this show recently on Netflix that was like totally just chalking dreams up to be entirely just like different things that you recall and that you experience, and that there's like absolutely nothing paranormal about it. It's just like chemical and electrical processes in your brain. That's kind of bumming me out, actually.
Fuck that show.
It had that that actress Emma Stone was narrating it, and then there was this
that's weird.
Yeah, it's called like The Mind Explained, I think is what it's called. There was one on dreams. It was interesting to see them like do the they were showing a visual representation of what your brain looks like when you're awake, and then as you fall asleep, and then as you begin your REM cycle and you start to dream, your brain, the activity looks almost exactly the same as when you are awake. So that was interesting. And I guess kind of on that note, when I had that long dream about Kalamazoo that I remembered a lot about, I slept for like almost exactly 7 hours, and I think that like I might try to do that more often, like hit that window so that I can wake up at like the tail end of a dream. I think I could remember it better. There's people that I know who write into this show that wake up several times a night. I don't know if they do it on purpose, but when they do, they write down the dream like in that moment. I can't do that because I sleep like a rock, and it takes me fucking forever to wake up and feel like I could even go to work. So I'm definitely not waking up in the middle of the night and writing down a dream because I'm too fucking grumpy.
I know, like, if you feel like sleeping with your phone on your bed, they have apps that will like track your movements, and it's supposed to like be able to tell when you're in like deep sleep or REM sleep, and it'll wake you up like when you get out of it, so that you're feeling well rested.
Oh, that could be handy. And then just like immediately turn over and start writing down your dreams.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of which, do you all want to jump into a Dear Dreamer or a digital dream?
I
Or we
had
could
some
jump into
dreams.
Carolyn's
Oh,
dreams.
shoot. I'm sorry, Carol.
You asshole.
I'm
Yeah.
drawing. I'm distracted. I had a rough
Okay.
day. Okay.
I had two dreams recently that I wanted to share. One was that I made a chocolate shake and then poured it into an empty Pringles can, ate it with my hands, and then was told over a PA system on campus that I was going to be the valedictorian of my Western Michigan University graduating class.
Hell yeah, what a day.
Yeah, due to her recent achievements in food processes, she will be promoted to valedictorian of the class.
We really like your recent work.
Yeah. And then I had one the other night, and this one made me really sad and upset that Donald Trump shot James.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Did you see it happen?
Yeah.
It was like me and James and a whole bunch of other people were on one side, and then like Donald Trump and a whole bunch of other folks were on the other side, and it was like a gun shootout, like group versus group, and I like watched Donald Trump like shoot James right in the chest, and I like caught him, and we like went down to the ground together and like
Oh, God.
fucking watched his like last moments.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, I woke up and was very sad, and it was one of those dreams where you wake up and just for a second I was like, holy shit, my brother's dead, and had to like, I need to check out my brother.
Yeah, you didn't hit me up after that, thanks.
Well, I was checking if you had been active anywhere.
Yeah.
Has James been actively shot anywhere?
Yeah.
That is, man, that's heavy. I was going to talk about how, like, earlier when I was talking about my dream, how about, like, how that feeling of nostalgia, like, stuck with me, but this is way heavier. This, like, damn, the death of a loved one. Why did he shoot James?
It's the most realistic game of laser tag ever.
Let's get into these fucking dreams.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I don't want to think about James accidentally getting shot in a laser tag game anymore.
Yeah, James, how about as an RIP to you, do you want to pick digital or dreamer?
Huh. Let's
You mean your dying wish? Which one do you want?
Yeah.
take my body back. Let's go digital.
Okay.
Yeah, that's digital. Do we possibly have one about Cedric Diggory?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, you know what? I have one about. Do I actually? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you are wrong. You sent it to us.
Because of the actor. Sorry.
Yes.
Forgot about that. I was thinking about his character. This one is from the One Time I Dreamt Tumblr. Robert Pattinson had posted a video of himself throwing poop under some branches. I saw it when one of my mutuals reposted the video onto Tumblr, and I immediately recognized the branches because they are right outside my house. I went to get a picture to prove just that, but my camera wasn't working, and a small farmer's market had been set up in my driveway. I bought a cool giraffe toy and some magnets. That's where it ends. Props to James right now for being on the ball and making that connection between his own joke and the dream that had been set in.
God, it's such a fucking classic dream. Like something that makes no sense is happening, and you're kind of like, wait, what the fuck is going on? But like you can't even do anything about it because this like other random like thing is causing a farce. Is that like this fucking flea market is open?
Well, actually, a flea market would make more sense. This person says a farmer's market, and like,
yeah, that's true.
Having a cool giraffe toy at a farmer's market,
and magnets.
A bit more of a stretch. To commemorate Robert Pattinson's recent achievement, we are selling magnets.
Oh shit. So throwing poop under the branches, hiding the poop.
Right.
But then he's hiding the poop in your yard.
Yep. In a ritual, yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, is this another ritual?
He's discarding of waste at your house and not your house, but it's gone viral because people are seeing it online, right?
Wait, I recognize those branches.
Yeah, so you've gone famous, but not for the reason that you had hoped. Bring my poopy back is all I can say.
Bring my booby back?
Oh, poopy.
Poopy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Or a branch.
I'm gonna try to crawl under this branch. I'm a turd. Someone that has some sort of social power is maybe attacking your character, but they're doing low ball shit, like your feet stink and you're wearing a Gucci mask.
Nice callback, thank you.
Like low ball shit. They're not really trying, but like people are seeing it. It's going viral, and you can't even get to the point of defending yourself because you're distracted with all this other random. See, that's where I get caught up.
This stupid towny shit. What is this fucking farmer's market doing in my front yard? I guess I'll buy a giraffe toy and be on my way.
Yes, the giraffe toy. Being tall, rising above the shit.
And it's still fun, though. It's fun for you. It's a toy.
Bring magnets. How did they work?
Exactly, James.
How do magnets work?
Because largely this is the way magnets work. They feed off of all of our negative energy. It's the Earth's way of recycling all of the negative stuff that happens. So throwing shade is, throwing poop under some branches. And
Robert Pattinson powered these magnets with the shit throwing.
We all do when we shit throw. Like it's vital and it's disgusting at the same time. And I think that the biggest takeaway from this dream then is if you have to shit post, because that's what this is, then do it, but know that like there are consequences for that. And like Robert Pattinson's career is over at this point because of this video, right? Like, this is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I don't think you really rise up above being on camera throwing shit. Unless you're like Tom Cruise or some shit.
Has that happened?
I feel like it has.
Unless it was like community service. He's cleaning up the town.
You guys are coming down way too hard on him. Like he didn't have anywhere to put it. He just
It was just not the porta potty.
I also like going back for a second, the difference between going out on a limb and crawling under some branches. I like that thing. Carolyn's new phrase. You know what? I'm going to crawl under some branches here and just go out and say, Robert Pattinson's career's over.
Next dream.
Let's do it, dear dreamer.
I was laying down in an open grassy field on a sunny day when suddenly it began to rain. But not normal rain. This was Mountain Dew colored rain that lasted for about 20 seconds. In shock, I sat up and watched as it fell while there were no clouds in the sky that it could have come from. Then, suddenly the earth started shaking and giant worms began popping up from the ground. It was like all the nematodes had finally risen to be our overlords. I was immediately attacked and woke up. That is from Pastor Tater.
Damn, Pastor Tater has some of the best dreams on this show.
Yes.
Mountain Dew Downpour.
Fuck nematodes. These things look gross.
I was just going to look up a nematode.
I would like to say, yes, James, you're right. And to John, Mountain Dew Downpour sounds like the next fucking flavor that's going to come out.
Oh, yo, let's put a pin in it right now then and say that that's our IP. Ooh, that's what we named the episode. Then we have evidence. Hey, we came up with that. Mountain Dew Downpour. What is the flavor of Mountain Dew Downpour?
Tastes like nematodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like fresh dirt. Fucking.
Fresh dirt fucking.
Yeah.
Ooh, writing that down. Fresh dirt fucking. Hey, babe, quick question for you. Would you drink a drink called Mountain Dew Downpour Fresh Dirt fucking? No, that's... It sounds like Mountain Dew with Cheeto dust in it. Now we're on to something.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't drink it then. Anyway.
It's like the Goldschlager of nerds.
Huh.
Oh, it has nerds in it.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the candy.
I do have a question about the dream, though. What was the bit about the earthquake? It was like it resulted in or ended up creating the nematodes, right?
The nematodes were created by God. The nematodes came up from the ground.
Released by us.
And attacked Pastor Tater.
Okay. Created by... I'm taking notes on this one. That's like kind of apocalyptic. Nematodes.
After a golden shower.
What are nematodes, James? You have the page open?
Yeah, they're like microscopic worms.
Okay, worms.
Kind of look like snake worms.
Yeah, they're not my good worms that eat my compost. Okay?
Oh, they eat your Robert Pattinson poopies?
Yeah, those are my good Robert Pattinsons.
The whole world is connected in this big, beautiful way that I just don't fully understand yet. But I'm going to find worms.
What?
In this... Sorry. I just realized that you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to find worms in this dream dictionary.
I am going to find worms.
Talks amongst yourselves while I find this worm. Okay, got it.
Okay.
I still gotta get
to talk amongst ourselves.
I still gotta get to the page.
Oh well, you made it sound. By the time he gets there, we will have just spent the time being confused.
Yeah. Yo, I wish you could have seen this picture. It's got this very sad-looking person in a hoodie sitting down, black and white, surrounded by a worm, and it says, "I have said to the worm, thou art my mother and my sister."
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like an old print or something. An etching. A line engraving from Blake's book for children, Gates of Paradise. I don't know. That's dark.
Can we put that on the label of Mountain Dew Downpour Fresh Dirt fucking?
Yes, Pastor Tater is going to be stoked. Alchemy associated the worm with the stage of putrefactio, evoking the breaking down of dysfunctional attitudes that were overripe in order to prepare the individual's psychic ground for organic renewal. Yo.
So you're good.
That sounds pretty positive.
Yeah, Carolyn, what were you going to say? Because I agree with James, but I want to know what you were thinking.
Yeah, I was just going to say it sounds like you're maybe going to be entering a time of renewal and of refreshing your state of mind.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say steak. Yeah, I like that. And almost accidentally, we kind of like led into it with the dream about Robert Pattinson. Like, you put your poopies out, the worms come. Yeah. They prepare the ground for the Mountain Dew downpour, and this is all symbolic of where you're at in your life. Pastor Tater, it's going to be spring so soon, and you really need to just dig in. And there's like your old feelings are overripe. They're done. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
You got new stuff on the way.
Take advantage of this new grounding energy, Pastor Tater.
Whoa, did you know this? In the myth of the phoenix, what first emerges from the ashes is a tiny worm, suggesting the despised thing that is paradoxically the source of the personality's luminous potential? I mean, that last part is like a little wordy.
Yeah, I don't even really fucking understand what you just said.
Okay, that's fine, but that's totally fair. But the most important part was at the beginning. It said that in the myth of the phoenix, when it's being reborn, it starts as a tiny worm.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Is that
true? Well, okay.
We're all nematodes.
We're all nematodes. Thank you, James.
Yeah, next stream to the worms.
Yeah, got it. Digitize me, Captain.
Digital dream. This one comes from Reddit. It is from user Cool on Goth. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's okay.
Cool goth. Okay.
Cool Goth. It says, or the name of the dream is, David Attenborough had wings and he picked me up. Before I go any further, do the two of you know who David Attenborough is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Last night, I dreamt that I was a contestant in a reality TV show. The format was like that of Big Brother. I had a feeling that I'd just been voted off, so I went downstairs to make my exit. On my way down, the host came flying by and picked me up. I asked him what his name was, but before he said anything else, I correctly guessed that he was David Attenborough. In my dream, it was him, even though he looked like someone else. We flew on the way up to the main quarters of the Big Brother house, and he started formally announcing my exit. That is the whole dream.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna turn around and like, yeah, you were voted off, but you're actually the winner. But instead, David Attenborough just flew them up to failure and was like, oh, no, here's your goodbye ceremony.
Let's just say that that's actually what happened. Let's hijack this dream, and in the end, David Attenborough places you in charge of the show. You are the new host.
Oh.
What is the name of the show? Is it Aluminium Glaciers?
Probably not.
Yep. All right, thanks for keeping me in check. I just wanted to say that.
What could it be called?
Go for it.
I would call mine Little Sister, and it would be where I pull a lot of different pranks, a lot of different annoying arguments. It's like basic Little Sister shit. Basically, I'm like the ultimate Megan from Drake and Josh, and I just make their lives a living hell, and they have to like get around me. And then there's like a parent figure that like is always going to be on my side unless they convince them otherwise, and that's how they convince me to let them stay.
Oh, and that parent figure is always played by David Attenborough.
Yes, in different wigs.
Yeah. Like the polar bear, you must figure out how to overcome this challenge. I can't tell you how to do it. You guys don't like my David Attenborough?
It's all right.
I didn't say that, no.
It was better than either one of ours. So I had to edit out all of my attempts.
Yeah.
Because they were so much better than mine. Put me to shame.
Yeah. Like I actually confused you guys for a second. You thought David Attenborough was here in Tokyo, and I just didn't. I don't want to lead us astray. So
Yeah.
I was primarily worried about the cost. So in real life, maybe what is happening to this person is there's some sort of like failure or rejection, and that they've like being voted off this show, this like reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
But then David Attenborough is there to save them. He is like this ace up the sleeve, so to speak. So what does he represent then? Like there's this, he's like dignified, he's intelligent.
Knowledge, wisdom.
Yeah, he has this incredible accent that I think I can do, but I'm not great at it.
It's there. Just practice a little bit more. Not right now though, but like.
Well, shoot, I was just getting ready to. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I knew you were.
Could it be that David Attenborough is the representation of literally getting carried away by something, kind of letting yourself get carried away with the failure that you're experiencing in life, the rejection that you may be experiencing?
Oh. Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like it physically manifests itself in the dream as like him picking up and flying away, but also he kind of carries you away like in the TV show or documentary as the narrator. Like you get caught up in like his stuff. Is that where you're going with that one, Carolyn?
Sure, yeah.
And so I guess you have two different kinds of TV shows that are very different that are being paired together in your dream. We have a reality TV show and you have like a documentary.
Wait, I got something here. So Richard Attenborough, David Attenborough's father, was a pilot with the Royal Air Force in the Second World War.
So
that's where the flight comes from.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with it? Okay.
Oh, wait, he's the older brother. My bad. I fucked that up.
I think it's still there. So what does this mean?
I think we dissected this one pretty well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made a good point for getting carried away with rejection, feeling rejected in your life.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with my siblings on this one. Cool, Goth, you're good to go. We figured it out. You're set. Next, Dream. Oh, wait, actually, I'm feeling kind of sleepy.
Oh, okay.
Should we take a nap?
Yeah, I'm feeling sleepy too. Let's go to the snooze shack.
This episode brought to you in part by Saturator, a Seattle-based audiovisual production team available for commissioned capture and content. Saturator is a multimedia collective dedicated to facilitating your creative vision. Mm-hmm. Saturator, maximize your pixels, baby. Check out their Twitch stream, and please feel free to reach out by email or Instagram found on our Sweet Dreams Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which you should be following already, dorks. Come make Saturator. Let your dreams come true, please.
Yeah, Saturator is great stuff. If y'all been listening to the show, you know about them already. And if you haven't started following their stuff, I don't know what the heck you're waiting for. I played a show recently with Harley, and Saturator recorded it, and they are... I don't know what they're going to use the audio and the video for, but Harley sent me like a little like teaser clip that they made out of it, where they like remixed everything, and it was fucking rad. It made our set sound even better than what it actually sounded like, which is what you can hope for if you do decide to work with Saturator in the future. So, check them out. Another thing that is very important to us, some friends of ours who are doing similar work, they're doing a silly podcast about something they really love. It's called Attenborough. It is a comedic informational podcast on all things Smash Bros. Hosts Johnson and Eric take turns educating each other on the history of characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Where did they come from? Why do they deserve to be in the game? And of course, they good? Join Attenborough in discussions about the current state of competitive Smash, history, and most of all, just straight up nonsense. Tweet your personal answers to the Race to the Finish segment at Attenborough1 on Twitter for a chance to be shouted out in an upcoming episode. It's available on iTunes and Spotify. I think, like our shows, it is bi-weekly, if I'm not mistaken. I listened to the most recent episode, and it was all about Luigi, and I learned... honestly, I learned a lot about Luigi and like his membership in like the Nintendo franchise and like all the different like stuff that he's been through and how he's like this weird clone of Mario originally, and then like when he got his own game, the first time he got his own game was this weird like Mario is missing thing, was this like meta game where Bowser came and stole Mario and took him to the real world, and you had to play as like Luigi and go and get him. I don't know. It was bizarre. If you like weird video game trivia shit like that, go and check out this show because it's interesting. Like I said before, doesn't matter if you play the game or not. I think you will like it.
Even if you just like know the characters that are in the game, like you may not be interested in Super Smash Brothers, but I mean, if you got like a thing for Luigi and his butt cheeks, you could totally listen to that episode. Or if you're big into Pichu, go and jam out to that episode. Or, well, maybe a different one if you really like the character, because they're not big fans.
Nope, they hate Pichu.
And, to anyone else listening, if you'd like to get a spot on our Snooze Shack segment, you got like a project you're doing, you got some creative endeavors, or if you just want to shout out to a buddy of yours who's also a dreamer, then go ahead and contact us at sweetdreamspodcast@gmail.com or hit us up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Insta, Yahoo, MySpace, Zanga, and LiveJournal. We've got all of them. So hit us up and we'll make your dreams come true.
Caroline, did you ever have a Zanga?
If I did, it was brief, and I think I tried to do it in like 6th grade on the school computer. And I'm pretty sure I got yelled at. I was always doing bad shit on the computer in 6th grade, though.
You were more like a Club Penguin kind of gal.
Oh, was I? Got my first boyfriend, Johnny Zapper. He's probably still out there, probably listening.
Johnny Zapper seed.
I don't know. Penguin.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Club Penguin. You care to educate me for a second?
You make your penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're
James.
My penguin's name was, my first penguin's name was Ding Dong 2435.
For all my sweet memories that I have of when people would come over to my house and ring the doorbell.
And there's different areas around this Arctic map that you can go and play games. You can like chat with other people. If you had a membership, which I would beg mom and dad for, and usually I had one, sometimes I didn't, you could buy like clothes and stuff. You could buy like pets that you could have, and you would decorate your igloo, and people would often dance in front of the nightclub, and they would just repeatedly say, "Come to my Iggy, party at my Iggy, meet me at my Iggy," which meant igloo. And then later in life, in college,
you got a dream. You got a like a song right there. Like you got a fucking hit song. Come to my Iggy, party at my Iggy, which means igloo.
In college, before they took the site down, I made another penguin, and I was like, man, I want a cool name, something original. So I put the name Enchiladas. And I was like, there's no fucking way that this is going to be free. Like, somebody has to have taken this by now. It was fucking available. So I started playing as Enchiladas, and like the way you like make your penguin, and then you have to like have your parent email in, and then they get an email, and you have to confirm that blah, blah, blah. So then I tried to relog in. I'm like, Enchiladas. My password's probably like pee 24 or whatever. 35. And it won't let me log in, and I'm like, what the hell? Look back at my confirmation email. I spelled enchiladas wrong. That's why it was fucking available.
Enchiladies.
Yeah. Am I right, enchiladies?
Enchiladidadas.
So that's Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a digital dream?
Boy, do I ever.
Let's see, which one do I want to do? We could do this one. Comes from Yahoo Answers, from Sour AV, I think is how I would say this username. Doesn't matter. They have 2 dreams listed here. The first one is not interesting. The second one is this. I see a toilet is clogged. I use Pepsi to flush it. I have a big bucket of Pepsi in my dream, but very old. Then the dream changes to roof, and I see that toilet again clogged. There are my uncles on the roof. I flush it again with Coke. I then turn around talking to one of my uncles. Then I went to go to the toilet, but it disappears. I ask my other uncle, where did it go? He says he threw it away because it was useless to him.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if their uncles are plumbers. And Mario and Luigi.
Oh, here's where we tie it together with Attenborough.
Yeah, and they use pipes to transport themselves to a different place, i.e. the roof.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crawl underneath a branch here and say, let's get Attenborough's this Pepsi/Coke sponsorship and really dig into this Mario Bros reading of this dream. Like, okay, so what does it mean? Like, if you find this dream, or you find this dream, you find this toilet in this dream, and it's old. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Wait, was the toilet old, or was the Pepsi in the bucket old?
Oh, I guess it was the Pepsi in the bucket, but like, really, what the fuck does that matter anyways? Okay, so this toilet, either way, like the gist of this is that the toilet is like jumping around to different spots and you're using different like Pepsi and Coke products to try to unclog it. And then out of nowhere, it disappears and your uncle approaches you and it's like, yeah, we threw it away because it was useless to us anyways.
It's wasteful.
It is.
I know, like, if you put like a rusty nail in Coke, it'll eat a.
Oh no! Did we just lose James?
Everything else. So,
Leader got James.
Oh no!
Oh, is it freaking out right now?
Well, you're back now. Yeah.
Okay.
So James got taken away by poopy dream demon. So he's back now though. So go ahead. Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that like if you put like a rusty nail in Coke or Pepsi, it'll eat away the rust and give you a beautiful new nail that you can use however you like. So maybe they were just trying to unclog all the nails that were in the toilet.
Well, no, why would there be nails in the toilet though?
Listen, I've had some wild shits.
Yeah. Gross.
Okay, rude.
All right. Sorry, didn't mean to judge, but how did you get nails in your poopies?
It's a personal problem.
Yes, got
all those hammers I ate.
All those times. Ooh.
Thank you.
It was my brief love affair with Bob the Builder.
Oh. I think I'd like to take us. I want to zoom out. Okay. I want to take a bird's eye view of this dream and pose a question to you two, my dear brothers. Coke or Pepsi? No, John, you can't choose LaCroix.
Yeah, you're so mean to me. I'm going Pepsi. Easy. I'm going Mountain Dew Downpour.
I'm going to go Coke. Pepsi's always had a really weird taste to me.
I'm considering the franchise when I choose this. Does this make sense?
Okay.
Because I want the Mountain Dew. I don't care about Sprite.
Oh.
Huh.
John really zoomed out on this one.
Yeah, maybe a little too far there, Johnny Attenborough.
If you had to choose between the taste of Pepsi and Coke.
Which one is going to unclog you? You know what? I'm going Coke on this one then. I'm going with James. I don't know where you're going with this, Caroline. I have no idea what's coming next. You little I can't believe what you're doing with this one.
No, I just wanted to know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna drop into some fucking knowledge about Coke and toilets.
Coke and toilets. Yeah. In the 1800s when Coke was invented, toilets came soon after because it made people shit so bad.
Yeah.
They clogged all of their normal toilets, and Coke had to sponsor new porcelain potties. To help all of their pop people poop in their porcelain potties.
Jesus, that hurt. Celebrities have dreams like us. Yahoo! Oh, I'm so glad I finally got both of you to join in on last time. Welcome to your favorite and your only segment on the show. This is called Celebrities Have Dreams Like Us, where Carolyn Real...
it was called Celebrity Dreams.
This is called Celebrity Dreams, where Carolyn Real, take to the Twitter advanced search option, and
a little hacker you are.
And I hack into the HTML code of Twitter. Nice. And I find celebrity dreams that they have tweeted out voluntarily and given to the public domain of the internet. And then I read them out, and my readers try to guess who tweeted it. I've got 3 dreams for you tonight.
Okay, yeah, go for it. My brothers.
This one, I'm starting with this one because it's a little short, but it's good. Last night, which is spelled as if it were one word, ... you were in my sex dreams.
damn, just like a general like Twitter call out to like anybody.
Yes, this tweet was not at anyone.
Do you think it was? Sorry, go ahead, James.
I was gonna say, like, just that generic "you." That means it was a giant, like, 7.2 billion person orgy.
Yes.
Oof.
Or I
Yeah.
guess
What a
more
night.
like 95.7 million. That's their followers.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, 95.7 million. Okay.
Who gives a shit what people say on Twitter?
A little bit of it. Yeah, James, you bring up a good point though, because before I had a Twitter, I kind of had the same thought where I was like, do people still even use Twitter? And then I got on there and I was like, oh yeah, shit, fuck, they do. It's like where a lot of people get their news, and like it's weird the way Twitter works, where it's like you can say one thing and it can get popular and that's it, and boom, and it blows up for a lot of people, and then 99% of the time you're just like shouting nothing into the void, unless you have, how many followers was it, Carolyn?
95.7 million.
And then at that point you can just say whatever you want and people will like it.
All right. My guess is Justin Bieber.
That's pretty good. I'm kind of thinking along the same lines. Who is Ariana Grande?
That was Rihanna.
Again, I had some of the letters right.
Oh, I was close with followers. Justin Bieber's got 108 million.
Oh.
How many does Ariana Grande have?
Man, I'm new to this Twitter thing. Give me a second.
I looked her up earlier. Ariana Grande, 69.9 million.
Way to
Okay.
go, Ariana.
Okay, next dream.
Yeah, give it to me.
Also, please tell me why John Goodman is in my dreams again. He hasn't aged. We are in love.
So this is like a follow-up from another tweet, right? It has to be. It's not just like...
You know, you would think that, but it's not. So
Okay, so this tells me this is an older person. This is my guess. This is someone like our parents' age, maybe. Someone who probably either likes John Goodman or works with John Goodman or had worked with him. But also someone that Carolyn would look up to.
I'm going to say Annabeth Hartzog.
I'm going to say Hillary Duff.
that one was from Aubrey Plaza.
Wait, has she... I don't even know
That's
who...
half a point for me.
Who you said, James.
Oh, it's his wife.
Oh. You cheated. You just cheated.
Maybe.
Did Aubrey Plaza work with him at all recently?
Not that I know of.
All right. Third round. What do you got for us?
All right, final dream. Just had a wet dream where Tim Gunn and Bill Nye the Science Guy just briefly shook hands, then parted ways.
Wait, what? And that was the wet dream?
Yep.
Was them shaking hands?
It's quite the handshake.
Yeah, shit.
I've been doing it wrong.
Tim Gunn. Oh, this motherfucker. You could have shown me.
You're cheating.
That's not entirely true. I didn't cheat the same way you did.
Oh my God.
Who's kind of like kinky in this, like, kind of like older white dude, kind of like scientist way. James, should we like band together?
No, not really feeling it.
You dick. Fine then. Never mind. Okay.
I'm trying to win. Like, so.
Yeah, right. The prize money is really tempting. I'm always looking for that. Ashton Kutcher.
Joe Biden.
Damn it.
That's from Billy Eichner.
Ah, fuck. Billy on the streets.
Someday one of you will maybe get it right. And you
Yeah.
know what? I hope
Probably not.
I hope that some of you dreamers played along at home. Some of my friends, when they listen, will text me their guesses as they're listening, and then let me know their thoughts about getting them wrong most of the time.
I think that I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, if we ever get one of these right, it's gonna be a fucking miracle. Like,
Yeah, maybe you can tie up our streak.
yeah, okay. This is the thing about you right now, James, is that you are wrong. Is that you did not win that one time.
I did though.
Which one did you get right?
I got 1.5 points, and you said I didn't get that 0.5 points, but I definitely did it.
It was the multiple choice one. That's right.
Yeah, the only time we've even come close to getting the right answers.
Fair enough. You did win that one time. But that makes, when I have my comeback, it's going to make it all that more amazing when I do get that one right out of nowhere. Well, you'll see. It'll happen.
Good luck.
I was in a sort of empty society. There were less people than it seems like there are in my day-to-day. It felt dreary, but also normal. The air outside was always very gray. I was moving into a new house with my dog Fern, and I decided to get her pet insurance. When the free equipment they sent to monitor her health came, I set it all up. There was a collar, and it synced up with watches for me, so I could always know how she was. Like a day later, this mid-30s couple shows up at my house for the pet insurance company and say they are technical consultants, in quotation marks. They're to make sure everything works right and that I don't have any questions. I had already noticed an alarm goes off on the watch if I take it off for any considerable amount of time. Now, these two people just kind of moved into my house. They acted like nice service people, but there was a very ominous feeling about them, and they wouldn't leave. It became this intense stalking situation where I was trying to find a moment alone to figure out how to quit the pet insurance, but the technology and the couple were always around there, and I was scared to say anything bad around them about the program. I ran into another who was freaking out trying to get her watch off, so we kind of teamed up and moved in. We were desperately finding seconds alone to communicate about getting away. She had a husky Brando.
Is the husky's name Brando? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
One day we went for a walk and the couple showed up in the car right behind us, and we decided to just make a break for it. I woke up right after we started running towards the woods. And, I'm not sure that she had given us a pseudonym, so I gave her this because it's how she opened her email. That's from Trash Baby Lindsay.
That's a good pseudonym. Okay, so bullet points of this real quick.
Uh-huh.
They adopt a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that part right.
Well, they have a dog, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got that part wrong.
I got a half point, as you would do.
Fair enough. Yeah, you got it.
And then there is some sort of like aspect where they're like monitoring this dog with like an app, like for a dog watch, like a tracker.
I want to get like pet insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just trying to I don't do a very good job of retaining some of this shit sometimes.
Yeah, no.
So also for our users at home, they're playing along. So there's this like dog tracker, and there are these insurance like technicians. What was the phrase for them?
Technical consultants.
Technical consultants, and they show up and they're like stalking them. They're following them around, right?
Well, they moved in.
Yeah, it says they moved in.
Oh fuck, even worse.
Yeah.
All right, so technical consultants take up residency in my house. That's a tough break, man. I feel like when people get their first dog, or even dog owners in general, there's enough kind of anxiety around taking care of this animal, and also what other people think about you. So to have this manifest in a dream as these I'm thinking of them almost like child protective services. Does this make sense? Where they're monitoring you with a clipboard, and they're like, shouldn't have said a cuss word in front of your dog.
Yeah, I can't say heck.
Yeah. No, my dog loves that word.
To step out of the more obvious points in this dream. I'm wondering, if this dreamer is maybe feeling kind of reliant on something in their life, like this watch that they can't take off, and suddenly there's this presence of these ominous people. Maybe there's a person you feel reliant on, or something in that you're using too often. Like I'm just thinking like a jewel, or I don't know, a phone or something.
Or like an Apple Watch, something like that.
Yeah, something you feel reliant on that maybe is starting to take over too much of your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. But there was also this like element of escape at the end of the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like another dog owner that you ran into or met or knew.
Yep.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
It's just like the worst time to try to escape. Like this couple's following them in a car and they're like, oh, time to run.
Right.
But I mean, in that situation, maybe it was just like things have amped up so much that it was either be hunted down by these people or it's run time.
Yeah, I mean, like, why did I steal a rock from a mega church with my dad in my dream the other night? Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah, Dad used to steal stuff from churches all the time, though. You remember?
Yeah, there was that one time where he stole all the chairs from the church and brought it home and put them in our room.
That was so weird.
I loved him for it, though. So, and like, that's the way the dream kind of culminates, right? Though, so they meet up with this other dog owners and then they escape. They like run off in the woods, or they were about ready to. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Damn. Does Trash Baby own a dog in real life?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I believe this dog is also a recent addition to their life, like in the last like year or two, right?
Yes, you are right.
I guess like if I'll play devil's advocate for a second, like if this was someone that we didn't know and we couldn't know whether or not they had like adopted a dog recently, to sort of give like a general read on it. Like I think that this is a thing wherein you've taken on a new responsibility and you're worried about not doing a good job, or you're worried about people judging you for the job that you are doing. I think that like there's so much in this dream already where you've taken steps to like make sure that this dog is safe. And so that kind of tells me that like in real life, whatever this is coming from is something that you are being responsible about, and that like a lot of these criticisms that you're placing on yourself in your subconscious are unwarranted, that you are like a responsible parent or dog owner or person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
In that when the time comes, you're going to meet other people that own Marlon Brando Huskies, and you are going to find like a community in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, go to the dog park, find some friends.
Yeah, exactly. Bam, we're good at this.
Yeah, let Brando join Wolf.
What's Wolf?
On Jersey Shore. How about you give me a digital dream?
Yeah. All right. So this one comes from the One Time I Dreamt Tumblr, and it says, I voluntarily joined a website that tracked where people sat down and took data from their butt prints to clone them. The dream stopped when my clone came up to me and punched me. Yikes.
Oh, no.
Tough break there.
Doppeldrammers again, man.
Yeah. I also like the term butt prints instead of blueprints.
This is almost reminds me of my useless superpower where I can grow sprouts from butts.
I was just gonna say that.
Butt spots.
Oh, so maybe that's even like part of the technology, James. Like your superpower was like the original like IP for like I'm scanning people's butts.
I'm working for their competitor trying to cover up butt prints to save people from being cloned.
Oh. You're like part of the anarcho movement to prevent people from being cloned.
Man, I feel like there's so much more use to the superpower now.
Yeah, all of a sudden the demand for you is just skyrocketed.
I feel so powerful.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I will say for this dream, though, I voluntarily joined a website that tracked where people sat down and took data from their butt prints. But why? Like, what's the allure there? Like, you got a butt thing? Like, everybody's got a butt thing, right? But what do you think in this fictional scenario could be the draw for bringing people in? Okay, go for it.
I got it.
Do you know what I'm saying though, Carolyn?
Yeah, I got it. You're in Starbucks. You look across the coffee shop, if you can even call it that.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch, go to broadcast. Huh?
Don't.
Never mind. You see the most beautiful human you've ever seen. You think, oh my God, I have to talk to this person. They're gorgeous. They have these cool dark-rimmed glasses. They're reading poetry, you think? Eating a scone. Like, oh my God, who are they? They're gone in a flash. You say, how am I going to find this person? I live in NYC. I live in the Big Apple. How will I ever find their butt? Their butt has left an imprint on this seat. I shall track them down and let them know, hey, I'm in love with you. I love you. And I used your aspirin to tell you that. That's my pitch.
I mean, that's pretty good. I fell in love for a second. And like, I was on my phone looking for the app. And
Shut up.
I was disappointed to find that it didn't exist. But like, here's the thing. This is where I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna say that like instead of trying to like, because this is almost like what's it called, like a misconnections thing that you were saying.
Yes.
Instead,
exactly.
it like overshoots that, and instead of like trying to find this person, you just clone them from the butt print, and it's almost like an episode of Black Mirror or something where it's like, yeah, I could ask them like what kind of scone they were eating, but it was
I
like
could analyze their fart instead.
Yeah, they were like, the scone was like all over the place. It was gross, and like I mostly just wanted them for their juicy dumper. Ooh,
nice,
callback.
I wonder if people in this world would take to just like eating standing up and not like waiting for the bus sitting down. Like, would you be protective of where you leave your butt print so that you can't be cloned and your clones can't come punch you in the face?
This is James trying to bring it back around to the service that he provides in this fucking dystopian future where he's like,
I can help you.
Yeah, you can sit down. Let me let me create like a Chia Pet seat for you.
I can protect you.
I think that I would do that. To answer your question, James, in the future, if this was a real thing, fuck no. I'm just gonna pay the extra $20 a month that it costs to have James come in there and drop some Chia Pet seeds.
It's more expensive than that. What if they made a new technology to combat it where I'm useless again, but all seats now have like wipers on them that after you get up, it just like scrapes across the seat and clears your butt print.
Okay.
I see a market here, all right? And I'm going for it.
So only the rich can protect their identity?
No, this would be like installed, at tables everywhere, coming to a table near you.
Yeah, but primarily it would be at like places like Starbucks and
just Starbucks.
Yeah, and that's it, yeah. It's a service that they both provide and deny. They're the only people that are responsible for this weird butt cloning technology. And then also, they understand that some people don't want to do it at all. So they have these butt wipers, these things that they basically ripped off the front like windshield of cars and just like installed on seats around their store.
Or people just start carrying around bottles almost like mace, but it's like hydrochloric acid, very weak. And you just like spray it anywhere that you sat down. So you just clear your own butt print with a little spray and wipe.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've provided several options for you today to get past this technology. You don't have to worry about your clone showing up and punching you. So, I mean, I think what we're trying to say is we're ready for the next dream.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
I think we solved it.
So this final dream actually came to me in a conversation with a friend of mine, so I don't have it typed up. So it's going to sound a little bit more conversational, but I kind of like that. And she was telling me this the other night when she so kindly made me dinner. And I, I was cracking up at the thought of the imagery that came to my mind, so I have to share it. So the streamer, I'm going to tell it in her point of view. I was at a social gathering at a friend's house, and there were a ton of kids there. Kids that I knew, some that I didn't know, and some that it didn't make sense why they were even there. In the middle of this social gathering, I decided that I needed to take a shower. So I went to the bathroom and got all ready to take a shower. But I didn't know that in order to take a shower, had to plug every other hole in the bathroom, because if you don't and you turn it on, water sprays out of every single hole. And so I turned on the shower thinking everything was going to be fine, and then water came out of every single hole. And I just imagined her trying to desperately, with only her two hands, try to plug every hole that she can reach, and frantically trying to turn off the water, and getting shot in the face with water. Yeah. And
like a cartoon character, just
right.
Fuck, tough break.
Yeah. Oh, and also that comes from I think the name we decided was Aquarius Scarius.
Oh, nice. Sexy. James, what do you think?
I think this person's got a lot to worry about. I mean, maybe some social anxiety, left this party to go take the shower, and then things went from bad to worse as they're just getting wet and wild from every which direction. I think the streamer needs to take a look at the holes that they have in their life and see how they can fill some of those up.
Oh, that's damn. True. That's good.
Fucking good, James.
You took a situation that to me was I don't know, Courage the Cowardly Dog or SpongeBob or some fucking Scooby-Doo kind of cartoon shit, and had a good read on it. You are very good at doing that, my friend.
I do this for a living.
Yep. And speaking of which, y'all should pay us so that we can keep doing this. So here's my bank account number, routing number.
What the hell? What's happening? Are you just stalling?
No, I just thought it was funny. And then it wasn't funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that this so they were at a party, right? In the stream?
Yeah.
And
with a bunch of children.
Right. I think that when I was thinking about this, when this first came in, I was thinking how many times you've had that sort of awkward scenario where you're in a public space and one thing goes wrong and you try to fix it and it feels like it just spirals out of control. Yeah, I don't know. I was just empathizing with that. I don't have a good answer to this. I think James hit it on the head.
Yeah, I think you're stressed and or you gotta fill some holes in your life.
Literally.
I will say, and Dreamer, forgive me, maybe I'm going too far, but I do know that when you brought this up, you did say, I knew I had heard that I was going to be having wild dreams once I stopped smoking weed on a daily basis. And I'm wondering if maybe your brain is trying to tell you that you were trying to fill some holes in your life with weed.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that. That's a little bit of insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, if I start smoking weed, my dreams just go to shit. I don't remember them at all when I wake up. Did Carolyn just leave?
I don't know, maybe.
What's happening?
Stomping.
Yeah. I think we should call it. I think we've been going long enough. I think we should say goodbye to our friends.
Okay.
This has been episode 16 of Sweet Dreams. Thanks for tuning in.
Sweet 16. Thank you to Sabling for the artwork you've done for us. Thank you for Darkly for letting use the song Doghouse on the album Rarities, which is on Spotify and Bandcamp and a whole bunch of other stuff. Thank you again to Saturator and Attenborough. And also thank you again to everybody who has subscribed and liked and followed and shared it also with friends of theirs. So word of mouth is like the best shit, and thank you for it.
Also, thank you to our brother James for editing this show.
Aww.
Puts in a ton of work, gets shot by Donald Trump. He's going through a lot.
Yeah. Life's been rough, but at least I got my dreams.
Fresh dirt fucking.
Keep dreaming.
Yeah.
Crank this beer. James is recording. Oh, fuck!
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
It sucks, man. It's all over my fucking phone. It's all over my desk. It's all over my papers. This fucking sucks.
All right, take a minute.
Fuck this,
dude. What an idiot.
Shut up. That sucks.
Oh, damn.